Chelsea said he was too slow. Pundits called him a £100 million sideways passer. But on a night when Arsenal needed a hero, Declan Rice didn't just step up, he rewrote his destiny. 2 free kicks, 1 match against Real Madrid. For a man with 0 career free kick goals before this, that's not talent, that's treason against the doubters. Rewind to 2014, a 15-year-old Rice dumped by Chelsea, training alone on muddy parks. Fast forward to West Ham, 245 tackles, 87 interceptions, dragging a mid-table side to European glory. But Arsenal's £105 million gamble? Critics laughed. He's just a human forklift, they sneered. Then came Madrid. 2 set-piece missiles, 18.4 miles per hour, 30 yards out, ripping the net like a vendetta. The same feat labelled uncreative are now bending physics. The same overpriced workhorse outpassing Modric, out-tackling Camavinga, and out-leading a squad of superstars. This is the story of a kid who turned not good enough into unstoppable. The boy who practiced free kicks on the days when Chelsea's academy were relaxing. The man who became Arsenal's North Star, 8.3 kilometres covered per game, 94% dual win rate, and a captain's aura without the armband. Chelsea started it, now it's automatic. Doubt? Fire. At 14, Chelsea told Declan Rice he wasn't special enough, so he walked across London to join West Ham's academy, fueled by a silent vow to prove them wrong. Relegated to the shadows, he clawed his way up. Debut at 18, captaincy by 23, lifting West Ham's first European trophy in 43 years.
In every season as Declan Rice receives the trophy.
But when Arsenal came calling with a £105 million bid, critics scoffed. He's a system player, not a superstar. Rice didn't flinch. He left the club that raised him, not for glory, but to rewrite his limits. At Arsenal, Mikel Arteta didn't buy a midfielder, he bought a tactical shapeshifter. The boy who once guarded defences now orchestrates attacks. The workhorse bending free kicks like a virtuoso. From Chelsea's discard pile to Arsenal's crown jewel, Rice's journey isn't about clubs, it's about defiance. He didn't climb the ladder, he smashed the ceiling. Now let's discuss Rice's career statistics in the Premier League. Declan Rice's Premier League career is a masterclass in midfield dominance. Across 271 appearances, he's anchored teams with robotic consistency. 118 wins, 90 losses, and a legacy built on grit. Let's discuss the numbers. Defensive Colossus. 597 tackles, 55% success rate, 407 interceptions, and 1,822 recoveries. The engine that never stalls. 404 clearances, 214 with his head, 75 block shots, and 328 aerial duels won, a one-man barricade. Team Architect. 23 assists, 33 big chances created, and 754 pinpoint long balls. Proof he's more than a destroyer. 13,057 passes, 48.18 per game, with 28% cross accuracy, controlling tempo like a metronome. Attacking glimpses. 19 goals, 16 right-footed, 3 headers. But 10 woodwork rattlings and 10 big chances missed. A reminder he's human. 243 shots, 69 on target, 28% accuracy. Stats that scream unlikely hero. Yet for all his evolution, one box remains unticked. 0 free-kick goals in his Premier League career. Until Madrid, the set-piece maestro was a myth, but in Europe, that's a different story. Declan Rice isn't special because of what he does, it's what he refuses to be. A Chelsea Academy reject turned technical polymath, Rice rewired his DNA to defy labels. Trained to master both feet and every role, he evolved from a limited defender to a midfield Swiss Army knife. But his secret? Relentless reinvention. At 16, he clawed for a scholarship while peers coasted on talent. At West Ham, he absorbed leadership from Noble and John Terry, men who bled for the badge. At Arsenal, he became Arteta's perfect hybrid, part destroyer, part conductor, part set-piece sniper. Rice's philosophy? Comfort is the enemy. He dissects games like Jorginho, sacrifices like John Terry, and adapts like a chameleon. Surviving Bilic's chaos, Moyes' pragmatism and Arteta's obsession with detail. But his edge? A killer's mindset borrowed from individual sports. He trains like a tennis pro, chasing grand slams, analysing flaws, embracing pressure, and treating every match like his last. And then came Madrid, 2 free kicks that shattered his uncreative myth. A performance so monstrous, even Kroos blinked. But how? Spoiler, it wasn't luck, it was years of training while others were relaxing. 1,822 recoveries and a brain hardwired to outthink the game. Declan Rice isn't just special, he's football's ultimate counterpunch. But before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favour. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. 338 games, 0 free kick goals until one night rewrote history. Declan Rice didn't just shock Real Madrid, he humbled football's gods. Let's break down the 12 minutes that turned a workhorse into a legend. The setup. 58th minute, 28 yards out, Arsenal's left flank, a wall of 4. Thibaut Courtois, 6'7" of Belgian arrogance, yawns. Rice stares. For years, critics labelled him a safe passer, but here, safety died. Nico Jova, Arsenal's set-piece guru, screamed, "Cross it!" Rice ignored him. I saw the gap and went for it. The first strike. Inside spin, a whip so vicious, it bent around Valverde like a snake. Courtois made a big mistake in not putting the wall more to his left, so you could not bend the ball around the wall. Schoolboy error, scoffed ball-striking coach Bartek Silvestrak. But Rice? Surgical. 18.4 miles per hour, net bulging, silence, then bedlam. The masterstroke. 70th minute, slightly left of the box, closer this time. Madrid's wall? Useless. Courtois, stuck in no man's land, left the far post wide open. Rice remembered those hours in his backyard, practicing shots to the keeper's weak side. A quick swing of his right foot laces through the ball, bending it like Beckham. No fancy tricks, just power, curve, and ice in his veins. The set-piece guru called it perfect technique. Why? Courtois messed up. The wall was too narrow and Rice spotted the gap. No overthinking, just a striker's instinct. A rocket into the top corner. Cold, ruthless, textbook. That's not luck, that's Rice. The anatomy of chaos. Madrid's mistakes? A buffet, narrow wall, goalkeeper complacency. But Rice's genius? Spotting the menu. I practice these daily, he shrugged post-match. Even Thierry Henry marvelled, your head was turned away. Rice grinned, focus on the ball, always. The aftermath. 2 goals, 1 man of the match trophy, a memorabilia room crying for space. But the real victory? Validation. The boy who trained even when he didn't have to, whose uncreative tag burned brighter than his hunger, had outshone Kroos, humbled Courtois, and joined Champions League royalty. Nobody knows about football, laughed Arteta. But Rice? He knows revenge. Declan Rice didn't just beat Madrid, he exposed them, a performance carved from 1,822 recoveries, repetitive drills, and a brain wired to outthink giants. But this isn't the end. Declan Rice's story isn't about talent, it's about obsession. The kid who trained at dawn while Chelsea slept, chasing shadows under flickering streetlights. The warrior who turned West Ham's rubble into a European throne, carrying a broken club on his back like Atlas. The £105 million gamble who bent physics to humble Madrid, rewiring his DNA in real time. His career? A defiant symphony of no becoming yes. But here's the truth. Rice didn't just reach the top, he redefined it. A leader without an armband, barking orders to superstars twice his age. A destroyer who became a creator, outpassing maestros and outscoring strikers. A reject who rewrote the rules, turning can't into a battle cry. And those 2 free kicks? They weren't flukes, they were 20 years of rage compressed into 12 minutes of genius. A flipping the bird to every scout, every doubter, every spreadsheet that said he'd never be enough. But you can never doubt Real Madrid, and we are sure Rice will need to lead again without the armband. So what's next? A Ballon d'Or, a Premier League crown. Rice doesn't chase glory, he builds it, one tackle, one pass, one impossible free kick at a time. Because for him, football isn't a game, it's a war against limits, against labels, against history itself. And Declan Rice? He's just getting started. Remember this, greatness isn't given, it's stolen. And Rice? He's football's greatest thief, snatching legacy from the jaws of mediocrity. The boy they abandoned is now the king they fear. The Premier League's quiet revolution? It wears number 41.